Okay, what's up, folks? I have a question, and I don't think you have to be all that technical to know what I'm talking about. I just started using Gimp fairly recently. I've had Gimp for a few years, but I upgraded recently, and I started looking at what Gimp can do. Now, I'm not a photographer, but I do dabble in playing around and doing a couple of projects here and there. So it turns out that Gimp can do damn near everything that Photoshop does. And we're talking about like 98%, maybe 99% of what Photoshop does. And Photoshop is the standard when it comes to photoshopping, manipulating photos or whatever. Why isn't there some type of Gimp for Dummies book or a complete idiot guide to Gimp? I mean, you got it for Photoshop and you got it for Photoshop Elements, but you don't have it for Gimp. And for those who don't know, Gimp is a free version of Photoshop, more or less. And I think a lot more people would take advantage of Gimp if they knew how to use it. The Downtown Library here in LA has a few books on Gimp, but they're real technical, and one of them is basically about plugins. People want to know the early steps on how to use it. I mean, like I said, I've used Gimp for a few little projects, but it wasn't until I started watching things on YouTube that I found that Gimp can do a hell of a lot. And I had no idea. I had it for years and just didn't use it. At least not all that much. And I'm like, you got Dummies books for all kind of things. I mean, there's a Google SketchUp for Dummies, but they don't have Gimp for Dummies. So why is that? I want to see more about Wilbur. Well, you know, that's Gimp's mascot. And really the same thing applies to other open source, quote unquote, free software, just like Scribus, which can compete with Microsoft Publisher, or Inkscape, which competes with Adobe Illustrator. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy-minded person, but do the people from Adobe manhandle those companies so that they won't come out with a Gimp for Dummies book? I mean, it just makes you wonder. And I'm not a conspiracy-minded person, but in all this time, it just seems like it should have been done. Folks, Gimp is a nice piece of software. It's just that a lot of people don't know how to use it correctly, or they don't know its potential unless they look it up on YouTube. So, and don't ask me to do it. I'm not a person that writes books, but it just seems like somebody would have gotten out there and have done it by this time. So, over and out.